Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We want to start on the daily time frame here just to explain again where we are on the larger time frame. Bitcoin is still holding. Actually, Bitcoin never broke the previous support area. I mean, 50,600. Yeah, you might argue it broke briefly below it, but actually we've had an immediate recovery. So, I still changed the scenario to the larger wave 4 correction compared to the smaller degree that we had before. I cannot promise that I will never go back to the previous scenario. If we see a proper reversal from here and Bitcoin is breaking out from here to the upside, I might make the decision to get back to the previous scenario, which actually never got invalidated on the Bitcoin chart. We had a break below 50,600, yeah, but it was a very, very brief break. Not even, I didn't hold below it, not a sustained break of support, I would say. But nevertheless, just out of caution, I've changed it to this scenario to indicate that we might see just one more high to form a bull market high, right? Instead of two, as it was before. It could still extend further, but for now, I'm assuming bull market target 90 to 100K due to this strong pullback. It might still change. As I said in the previous videos, the situation is still, let's say, very fluid. We don't really have a full understanding yet of the potential damage that this strong move down has caused, especially here on the Bitcoin chart where we have seen an initial, let's say, recovery. It's not in 5 waves yet, however. We want to talk about that in this video. The overall scenario is, however, still bullish, but it is important to raise caution and awareness. On Discord today, I shared sort of my thoughts about what I think is reasonable to do now from a tactical point of view. But everybody's different there, everybody's different. Everybody's got a different risk profile. But for me, I mean, the idea is that this is now the wave 4 support region, just a larger degree between 37.8 and 48.9K. But there's no need to go any lower. I mean, it is pretty much complete, this move down. It could get another 4-5 pattern, which I'm tracking on the smaller time frame. It's just important to be flexible when the situation is still very fluid. We have to be flexible. And the only thing is, if we really see much further downside, the purple, more bearish scenarios get much more likely. Just wanted to talk about them again. Someone asked me what would be the bearish wave count. Well, the bearish count would be, in purple, one scenario is A wave down, overshooting B wave, which is a scenario I find quite unreliable, but it's possible. Overshooting B wave, and then we could see a C wave down. Maybe close to the bear market lows, around 15 to 20K, and then we could get into the next bull run. Or it's a triangle and we get another DE pattern, which would be super frustrating, but possible. Now, I would really only primarily focus on it if we break below 43K. Yes, there is still space to 37.8, but in a wave 4, even in a diagonal, ideally we're holding the 50% retracement. Someone asked me that I did say I would get bearish if the price breaks below 56K. No, I did never say that. 56K was the support for the 1-2 setup, but then we said we could just fall back into a wave 4. So that's very important to understand. And but I guess that was just a misunderstanding. The 50.6K level was the other support just below that, which, as I said, never really broke. So the price had a dip below it, is now recovering. But I've already changed the chart to the larger degree wave 4 anyway, which gives it a bit more space. So what do we need to watch out for now? I think it is, as I said in the last video, now really crucial to get a good understanding of the nature of the next rally. If the next rally is corrective, which would be a 3-wave move, then it would suggest further downside. Now, that could be in a more extended wave 4, or we're dealing here with a purple count that I just showed you. Yeah? However, if we start to see 5 waves up, 3 waves down, well, that could turn into a larger 3-wave move, but it would at least be a valid long trade setup on a smaller time frame, and the first step to a possible reversal and possibly much further upside. Bear in mind that on the daily chart, Bitcoin's RSI is oversold. That is typically bullish. What isn't great is if the RSI is oversold below 30 and the price breaks below the previous low. That's not so good. Okay, so I'm quite split there, because Normally it is bullish. Normally I just buy that, and I did buy it here, and I bought yesterday as well, but still it means it is not as clearly bullish if the RSI is at the same level as the previous time where it was oversold, but the price is lower. If the price was higher and it's oversold, good. This is not so good. Now let's go to the smaller time frame, which is here just the 1 hour chart. I will go to the 15-minute chart because this is really just literally the shorter time frame. In the video earlier today, I shared with you a resistance area that's still holding. We have 3 waves up. It is possible we get one more low. That's not a prediction. I'm not telling you we get one more low. What I'm watching for, because we are so oversold, is if the market can actually form a valid reversal. And as long as we don't see a valid reversal, we have to assume further downside. Now, that's not the same as a great short trade setup because the market is now oversold, for example, on the daily. Now, you could still short it if you want to, but the bottom line is I'm watching if the market can form a 5-wave move up. I'd like to see at least one more high to 56,450. Better would be 57.2K or even 58K. That would give us 5 waves. I shared this earlier today on Discord. It could even be that this 3rd wave gets one more extension. I would actually maybe even prefer that, but that just means that if we get one more high, it's not clearly 5 waves yet. Depends a little bit on how this stretches out. Thing is, the 3rd wave really just did the bare minimum. The 4th wave retraced to 50% is holding at the moment. So one more wave up anyway is needed to get a first proper 5-wave move up. And then we have a possible first reversal. Now that might take till tomorrow. And then if we get a pullback and it's holding a higher low, which might take another day or so, then we have a 1-2 setup, which means we can call the first 5 waves up, wave 1. And then after that, we would be watching for an ABC pullback, which could be the so-called wave 2. But this is obviously not confirmed yet. The fibs here show us just what we need to see, which would be a rally to round about, 56,400, a little higher. So, but roughly, the 1.618 extension. Ideally a little higher, actually. The higher, the better, I'd say. So that's what we're watching. Basically, we're still below resistance. We only have a 3-wave rally from the low. We've just seen several stocks possibly turn around. Some altcoins have already recovered to the beginning of the sell-off. So this is very fluid, as I said, the situation. It's important to be up to date, I think, when dealing with the markets right now. But here as well, a first break below 52,480 would be an early indication that it's failing to form 5 waves up, because then it is a 3-wave rally. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.